and welcome to Vlogmas Day 2. Today is the second day of Vlogmas, and welcome. Hello. If you're new here, my name is Jessie. I do lifestyle, bullet journal, and bookish content here on YouTube. And my top 15 Christmas/winter movies with a few honorable mentions. So I have my list here of all the movies that I'm going to be talking about. Just dive right in. Number 1 is Home Alone. The first one specifically, it is my husband's favorite movie of all time when it comes to the colder winter season. Like I said, especially the first one, but all of them are pretty good. We follow our kid main character, and he's kind of the odd one out in the family. He's the youngest. He gets left at home while his family goes on a Christmas trip. There's some burglaries also happening in the area while people are gone away for the holidays. They chose the wrong house to try and rob. So there's that. Then we have The Grinch, and I'm gonna name like just the Grinch movies, all of them, because they all follow the same premise and they're all so good. All of the Grinches. The Grinch follows Cindy Lou who is a young girl who loves Christmas. Her entire town loves Christmas. And there's one grumpy old man who lives at the top of a hill who hates Christmas. She sets out to figure out why and get him back into the Christmas spirit. Then we have Arthur Christmas, is one of the cutest movies of all time. We follow Arthur Christmas, who is the second son of Santa Claus. His older brother is set to take over the mantle of Santa Claus. He's very modernized. He likes his tech. And Arthur's job is to just reply to the Christmas letters of children that are addressed to Santa Claus himself. While he's enamored by all of the little gifts that these children are asking for, and it turns out on Christmas Eve, one child doesn't receive her gift. And so Arthur sets out on a mission to make sure that that gift is received. Arthur's older brother, Santa Claus, and his grandfather, they, I think, have lost the meaning of Christmas. And throughout this movie, Arthur really reminds them what the meaning of Christmas is all about. And it's just the cutest movie. I love it. It's dear to my heart. Then we have The Polar Express. I can recite this movie for you. I don't have to be watching the screen to know what's going on. We follow a young boy, and he hears this weird random train in the middle of the night. So he gets up and he finds a ticket in his pocket, and he sets upon this train, the Polar Express, which is an adventure in itself, to go meet Santa Claus. The premise is so cute. The songs are amazing. If you have not watched The Polar Express, I recommend you put it on the biggest screen you can find with the most amount of speakers around you. Have some popcorn and some hot chocolate, maybe a spiced hot chocolate, and enjoy the movie because it is so good. The animation is phenomenal as well. Then we have Love Hard. This is a newer addition to my list. I think it came out last year on Netflix. We follow a girl, a woman, who writes about her bad dating experiences as a journalist. And she doesn't think that she's going to find love online, especially. And then one day, this guy pops up while she's having a glass of wine. They kind of hit it off. She goes to surprise him for the holidays, only to find that the photo does not match the face of this man. And she's pretty much realized that she's been catfished. But as she takes off, because on this journey she's lost her luggage, she goes to a bar to drown her sorrows in this mess of a dating life that she has, only to see the man of the photo that she thinks she's been talking to. and it kind of hits off from there. It is so good. I loved it. I loved it. Then we have Operation Christmas Drop, and this movie just puts back faith into humanity for me, you know. We follow a woman, I think she's doing a report on this Marine base, and throughout this time they do what they call is the Christmas drop, which is they deliver toys and essentials to a bunch of neighboring islands during Christmas, and it is so wonderful. This is based on true events that were started during the war. I love the romance. I love the characters. They're all just really great. Then we have the Santa Claus. All of the movies, which follow our male main character who has a son, and Santa ends up dying, and the father, he gets chosen to take over the mantle of Santa Claus with his son involved, and it's just quite a shit show, if I'm being honest, but they end up figuring it out, and there are a few movies that continue. I do really want to rewatch it, but I did hear some news that there is a TV show and there's like a new Santa coming on, or a new movie, but the premise of the new one is that Santa Claus, our main character, is stepping down, or a new Santa Claus has been chosen. I'm not sure, but I'd watch it. I plan on watching it. Sounds good. Then we have Fred Claus. Fred Claus is a fantastic movie, and we follow Fred Claus, who is the brother of Santa Claus himself, and he's kind of the letdown child. Santa Claus is the child that can do no wrong. He's a saint. And Fred is kind of the cast aside. It's Fred's journey on figuring out who he is, his role in his family. It's a sweet movie, to be honest. It's definitely a comedy, but it's also a very sweet movie. Then I debated putting this movie on this list, but we have The Office Christmas Party. It is for certain tastes. For people with certain tastes in movies. If you like The Hangover or 21 and Over, those types of movies, you will thoroughly enjoy this movie. If you also enjoy The Night Before, they're all kind of the same adult movies. I'm not even gonna get into it. Watch the trailer if you're interested, because it's a shit show is what it is. Straight up shit show. But it's very funny. It's a comedy. Then we have Holiday. We pretty much follow this girl who needs a fake date for the holidays so she can get her parents off her back. Obviously, it's a rom-com, and they end up falling for each other since it's a romance. But it is so good. I highly recommend you watch it. Then we have The Nutcracker, The Four Realms. The Nutcracker is obviously a ballet, but in this specific take on the Nutcracker, we have a young girl and her mother has passed away. Her father is very into himself. Her older sister has really taken care of her and her younger brother. Her uncle throws a party every year on Christmas Eve, I believe, for all the kids in town and the families. What he does is he has this huge tree in his backyard, and the kids have to go to the tree and find their name. Their name tag is attached to a string, and they have to follow the string all around the place to find their present. Well, our young main character, her string leads to another realm that she never knew existed that is at war, and she has to save them. It's quite wonderful. I love the animation. I love the live action aspect as well, but it was super good, and again, I suggest that you watch it. Then we have one of my favorite movies of all time, and that is The Rise of the Guardians, which follows Jack Frost, and he is never seen by the kids, but he's there. He allows you to have snow days and snowball fights, winter fun, and another one of the names, aka the Boogeyman, has been let loose and is trying to take a stand and take out the Guardians. The Guardians are like your top-notch holiday figureheads. We have the Sandman, who is good for dreaming, Santa Claus for Christmas, the Tooth Fairy, as well as the Rabbit for Easter. The Guardians keep them believing. Once children believe in you, then they can start to see you. And a new guardian has been chosen, and it is none other than Jack Frost. And together with the new guardian of Jack Frost, the Guardians have to fight the boogeyman, or Pitch, as he likes to call himself. Then we have another sweet movie that I used to have on VHS, one of my favorite Disney movies of all time, and that is Anastasia. This movie holds so much space in my heart. The animation's beautiful, just like every other Disney movie. The story premise, it's quite deep. We follow Anastasia, who is an orphan, and she's looking to get out of Petersburg. She finds this lady who tells her that there is a man that can forge her papers for her to leave. She ends up finding him in a condemned mansion, and he sees her resemblance to the long-lost princess that the Duchess has been looking for since she herself fled to England. Since seeing the resemblance, he agrees to train her to be the princess so he can win the prize money. As time goes on, he starts to suspect that she actually is the princess, and it's kind of their journey figuring out who they are as individual people as well as together. There is a little bit of a romance, but it's a great, great movie. Then we have the Chronicles of Narnia, the very first one. It's very winter-esque, as Lucy's first step into Narnia is in this winter wonderland. You know, the classic satyr standing by the lamppost. I love it. But it's so good. We have these 4 siblings who their country is at war, and they get sent to live with their uncle or something. They find this wardrobe that leads to another world, which in this world, they're the prophesized 4 king and queens to rule over Narnia. And then last but not least, number 15 is again another one of my favorites, and it is Iron Will. Oh, Iron Will is so good. Again, I had this on VHS as a kid. I don't know what my obsession was, but I still have it. We follow Will, and on this run in the wintertime with their sled dogs, there's an accident and they end up losing his father. Him and his mother are on the verge of losing their farm. His mother is considering selling it. So Will takes it upon himself to enter this dog sled race across the entire United States. So it's literally his journey from start to finish of this race. He ends up gaining the talk of all of the newspapers, as this takes place like a long time ago. A lot of people still traveled by train in this time. But yeah, Iron Will is an amazing movie. I made every single person in my family watch it, but it is really good. Hello, this is Editing Jessie from the future. I don't know what happened to the end of that video footage, so I'm just gonna quickly go through the honorable mentions because that was all that was left, and then the outro. Good thing I had them all written down. Okay, so the others that I wanted to mention were a few that I haven't watched and I don't know anything about them, so I'm not going to give descriptions. So there's Bad Moms Christmas. I'm excited to watch that one. Christmas Chronicles, I believe there's 2 or 3 of them out. They look really good. Jingle Jangle, A Christmas Adventure, Let It Snow, A Boy Called Christmas, and Last Christmas. They all sound pretty good and I really want to watch them. And then the rest are other just wintry movies as well as Christmas movies. Bad Santa 1 and 2, The Night Before Christmas, The Night Before, Frozen, Ice Age, the Princess Switches movies. That is a tongue twister. They're all pretty good from what I know. I think I watched the first 2 and haven't watched anything after that, but they sound good. The Charlie Brown guy, oh, that's what sparked the joy of getting a beagle, was Charlie Brown. So my love for Snoopy is deep. The Holiday Elf, and a classic, Love Actually. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry about the lost footage. I'm doing my best here. This is only day 2 for you guys, but I've been prepping videos as well as editing and doing the thumbnails as YouTubers normally do. This is my first year, so having all of this content going on at once, bear with me. But thank you guys so much for watching. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to join the Vlogmas craziness, and I will see you tomorrow on day 3. Bye guys.